I found out I was invisible on a Tuesday night. Not the dramatic kind. Not bullying or screaming. The quiet kind. The kind where 47 people gather in your parents' house for a surprise birthday party and no one thinks to text you. It was my sister MIA's 25th birthday. I was at home, eating ramen in my sweatpants, when my cousin Kate accidentally posted a photo to her public Instagram story. There was my mother, my father, my aunts, my uncles, my grandparents, even my great-aunt Margie, who barely leaves her nursing home. And there was Mia laughing, crying, cutting into a 3-tiered cake that said "World's Best Sister." I checked my phone. No missed calls. No texts. No invites. Nothing. I stared at that photo for an hour. Then I did something that still surprises me. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I didn't call anyone demanding answers. I went to the store the next morning. I bought Mia a $60 necklace she'd mentioned months ago. I found a card with a handwritten style font that said "Sisters by chance, friends by choice." I wrote, "Happy birthday, Mia. I love you more than words. Hope this year gives you everything you deserve. Love always, your sister." And I mailed it, with a stamp. Like nothing was wrong. Why? Because I genuinely loved her. And because part of me still believed it was an accident. A mistake. A forgotten group text. That was my first mistake. 3 weeks passed. No thank you. No call from Mom. No acknowledgement from Dad. Just silence. But Grandma called. It was 11:47 p.m. on a Tuesday. I was about to fall asleep when my phone buzzed. Grandma never calls late. She's 82 and superstitious. She thinks phone calls after midnight bring the devil into your house. But her voice wasn't sleepy. It was shaking. "Come over," she said. "Right now. Alone. And don't tell your mother." The line went dead before I could ask why. I drove 22 minutes through empty streets. My hands were sweating. My mind was racing. What did Grandma know? Why couldn't Mom find out? When I pulled into her driveway, every light was off except the kitchen. The front door was unlocked. Grandma sat at the table in her church dress. Lavender. The one she wears to funerals. On the table was a shoebox. Brown. Worn. Tied with a red ribbon. I didn't even sit down. "Grandma, what's going on?" She looked at me with wet eyes. "I'm dying. Cancer. 6 months, maybe less." My knees buckled. I grabbed a chair. "But that's not why I called," she said. "I called because I can't go to my grave knowing you've spent 24 years believing you were the problem." She pushed the box toward me. "Your mother didn't forget to invite you to that party. She told everyone not to. She said you'd ruin it. You'd make it about yourself. And your father agreed." I felt like I'd been punched. "But that's not the worst part," Grandma whispered. "The worst part is why." I opened the box. Inside was a photograph. A woman who looked exactly like me. Same eyes. Same hair. Same small scar above her left eyebrow. But the woman was holding a baby. Written on the back, in faded cursive, Elena and her daughter. 3 days old. Before she died. I looked up at Grandma. "Your mother, the woman you call Mom, is not your mother," Grandma said. "She's your aunt. Your real mother was named Elena. She was my youngest daughter. And your father had an affair with her while married to your aunt." The room started spinning. "You were born from that affair. Elena died from complications 2 days after you were born. Your aunt couldn't have children of her own, so she made a deal with me. She would raise you as hers. But she would never, ever forgive you for existing." I couldn't breathe. "Mia is their real daughter," Grandma continued. "The child they had after they pretended you were yours. You were just the living reminder of your father's betrayal. That's why they always favored her. That's why they threw that party without you." She reached into the box and pulled out a thick envelope. "This is a DNA report from a private lab. I mailed in hair samples from your father's brush, your aunt's toothbrush, and your own hair. The results are sealed with a chain of custody. It's proof you are not their biological daughter." I opened the envelope with trembling hands. "The letter next to it is from Elena," Grandma said. "She wrote it while she was in the hospital, before the complications started. She wanted you to know the truth when you turned 18. But your aunt threatened to leave your father if I ever told you." I unfolded the letter. Elena's handwriting was weak but clear. Sweetheart, you were made from love even if that love was a secret. Your aunt is scared of you because you represent the truth she's been hiding her whole life. One day, you'll have the power to set yourself free. And when you do, don't be afraid to burn it all down. You deserve more than their leftovers. I looked at Grandma. Tears were streaming down my face. But something else was growing in my chest. Not sadness. Not anger. Power. I'm going to destroy them, I said. Grandma nodded. I know. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to beg. I'm going to make sure everyone knows exactly who they are. Grandma handed me her smartphone. Record everything, she said. Better yet, go live. I have 3,000 Facebook friends. And I'm not afraid to watch them burn. I took the phone. The next Sunday, my mother called. She wanted me to come to dinner. Mia was bringing her new boyfriend. They wanted family photos. I said yes, but I didn't go alone. I had already met with a lawyer on Thursday. I had the DNA report. I had Elena's letter. And I had Grandma's phone set to Facebook Live. That night, I didn't just expose them. I ended them. I arrived at my parents' house at 6 p.m. exactly. The driveway was full. Mia's new boyfriend's truck. My aunt's minivan. My uncle's Tesla. Everyone was there. Everyone except the truth. I opened Facebook Live on Grandma's phone. I tucked it into my jacket pocket with the camera peeking out. 3,000 people would watch this in real time. I walked inside. My mother smiled. That fake, tight smile she always gave me. Oh, you made it. We saved you a seat at the end. The end. Where I always sat. As far away from her as possible. My father didn't even look up from his phone. Mia waved lazily. Hey, thanks for the necklace. No hug. No warmth. Just performance. I sat down. I could see the live comments already trickling in. What's happening? Why is she recording? Dinner was a nightmare of small talk. Mia's boyfriend talked about his promotion. My mother talked about Mia's upcoming vacation. My father talked about the new grill he bought. No one asked about my job, my life, my anything. Then my mother stood up. Time for family photos. Everyone gathered in the living room. I stayed in my chair. Aren't you coming? My mother asked. There was hope in her voice. Hope that I'd say no. No, I said. I have something to say first. The room went quiet. The live comments started flooding in. I stood up. I walked to the center of the living room. I pulled out the photograph of Elena. Does anyone recognize this woman? My mother's face went white. My father dropped his phone. That's Elena, I said. My real mother. Gasps. Elena was Grandma's youngest daughter. And she had an affair with the man you call dad while he was married to the woman you call mom. I'm the result of that affair. Mia's mouth fell open. Your mother couldn't have children of her own, I continued. So she pretended I was hers. She raised me as her daughter. But she never loved me. Because I'm proof that her husband cheated on her with her own sister. My mother screamed. You lying little. I pulled out the DNA report. This is a sealed lab report. Your hair. Dad's hair. Mine. It proves I am not your biological daughter. I looked at my father. You let her hate me. You let her throw a party for your real daughter and pretend I didn't exist. You let me believe I was the problem for 24 years. He couldn't look at me. I turned to the whole room. And now everyone here knows the truth. But this room isn't enough for me. I pulled Grandma's phone from my pocket. I turned the screen toward them. Say hello to 3,000 people, I said. You've been live for the last 10 minutes. My mother lunged at me. Mia's boyfriend grabbed her. It's already too late, I said. Your coworkers. Your church. Your book club. Everyone is watching. My mother collapsed to her knees. But I wasn't done. I pulled out a second envelope. This is a lawsuit for emotional damages, fraud, and falsification of a birth certificate. I met with my lawyer on Thursday. You're being served tomorrow morning. My father finally spoke. Please, don't do this. You should have thought about that before you erase me, I said. I walked to the door. Then I turned around. Oh, and one more thing. Grandma changed her will. Everything she has goes to me. Not you. Not Mia. Me. The house. The savings. The life insurance. All of it. My mother was sobbing on the floor. Mia was crying. I didn't know. I swear I didn't know. That doesn't change anything, I said. You still enjoyed being the favorite. You never once asked why I wasn't there. I opened the front door. Goodbye. 3 days later. The video hit 2 million views. My mother was fired from the bank before noon on Monday. The manager said, "We don't employ fraudsters." On Tuesday morning, 2 police cruisers pulled into my parents' driveway. My father was arrested for falsifying a birth certificate, a third-degree felony. My mother was arrested as an accessory. I watched from across the street as they were handcuffed in front of the whole neighborhood. Their mugshots were posted online within an hour. The comments were brutal. These people pretended a child wasn't theirs for 24 years? Lock them up. 1 month later. In court, the judge sentenced my father to 90 days in county jail and 5 years probation. My mother got 60 days. The lawsuit awarded me $250,000 in damages. Their house was seized to pay part of it. I watched them load their belongings into a U-Haul. They moved into a studio apartment above a garage on the bad side of town. Mia stopped speaking to them completely. She changed her last name and moved to a different state. She sent me a letter. It said, "I'm sorry I was blind. You deserved better." I didn't write back. Not yet. 2 months later, Grandma passed away. I held her hand. Her last words were, "You did good, sweetheart. You burned it all down." She smiled. Then she was gone. 6 months after the dinner. I was driving home from work when I saw her. My mother, standing outside a grocery store. She wasn't holding a sign that said "We'll work for food," that would be too dramatic. But she was holding a cardboard sign that said "Need work. Any help?" Her hair was gray. Her coat was torn. She looked 10 years older. I pulled into the parking lot. I rolled down my window. She saw me. Her face lit up with hope. "Please," she said. "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Can you help me?" I looked at her for a long moment. Then I said, "You're not sorry. You're just alone." I rolled up my window and drove away. In my rearview mirror, I watched her sink to the curb and put her head in her hands. I didn't feel sad. I didn't feel angry. I felt nothing. They tried to erase me from their story. So I rewrote their ending. Now nothing is left. Not their reputation. Not their money. Not their family. Not even each other. And the only thing they have left to remember me by is the video of their own destruction. With 5 million views. And counting.